12 wasted years. That's what it took me to get out of the way of my own sales team. 12 years of selling when I should have been building and leading. Hey, if you don't know who I am, I'm Carlos Garrido, and for 30 years, I've been a sales practitioner in one form or another. And for 12 years of running my own business, I was the problem. Do you know, looking back at those 12 years, it's 12 years of hand-to-hand combat with the market. Every closed deal felt like a win. I was desperate for sales, desperate for cash, desperate for validation. That kind of desperation is poison in a business, and I just couldn't see it. I'd not given myself the job of seller or chief seller or even sales leader. I'd given myself all three. I've been both the grinder and the optimizer for 12 years in different seasons of the business, wearing both those badges at different times, telling myself different stories, all of them ending the same way, with me back in the deal. And every time one of those hires failed, I had a story ready, but I needed that spotlight on myself. I needed to look in the mirror. Physician, heal thyself. I tell you who turned that mirror for me. It was my wife. It was Carolina. She forced me to look at it. Look at the business that had way more potential than was being realized, that I was getting in the way of by not focusing my time in the right places, by not focusing my energy in the right places. She could see the fit of our services in the market. By the end of this video, you're going to have three things. First thing you're going to get is an honest reason why building your sales team has not worked yet. Second thing you'll get is you're going to see the fact that you've been working on the wrong end of the problem, and you're going to see what the wrong end and what the right end is. And the third thing you're going to get is I'm going to give you an audit that's going to tell you what to fix first and in what order. I'm going to be specific. I'm going to use my own 12 years as the case study. You're going to take what's useful and throw out the rest. You think you own a business. You don't. You've got a job. You've got a job inside a business. The work that actually grows the company is building the team, coaching the team, designing the system, setting the strategy. None of that gets done because it all requires the one resource that you've already exhausted. You, me. Then comes the time that most founders share with me in their first session, that half-hearted attempt to build a team. A hire under pressure, a promotion you knew was wrong on the day you agreed to it, a territory split or a comp plan or a new recruiter, each creating more revenue problem than they solve. These are demanding roles. They require focus, application, creativity, diligence. Being the chief seller on top of all that doesn't allow any of it. The wrong end of this problem, it's not the team, it's the leader. The leader who's not yet made a decision, a real decision to lead. Most early stage founders I work with are looking for a seller or a sales leader, or both. And the reality is they have to first build a foundation, then build a system. If they do those two things right, the talent's going to find them. I see it all the time. So how do we build the foundation? How do we put the system in place? Well, the first step is this audit. So we're going to go through 8 elements. Element 1 is I want you to think real hard about your ICP. An ideal client profile. A real ICP tells a new seller which deals to chase and which deals to walk away from. Element 2, I want you to stand back and really think about your demand generation engine. Have you built something that generates demand, not just for the business, but for a team within a business? Element 3 is your talent attraction and development system. Audit your talent system. Where do candidates come from when you're not looking for them? What does development look like for those people already on the team? Who's being readied for the next role? Element 4 is your selling system. A selling methodology plus a process. The reality is most founders have neither of these things written down. A methodology is what lets 10 sellers act like one brand. A process tells you or lets you forecast. If you've got no process, you've got no forecast. And if you've got no forecast, I promise you, you've got no business. Not a business anyone would want to buy anyway. That's element 5, sales leadership. Audit your sales leadership process. That's different. Process. Weekly one-to-ones, pipeline reviews, deal reviews, call coaching, forecast meetings, skills development, culture and accountability rituals. A sales team without these rhythms is a group of people who, I don't know, they sit together, they enjoy each other's company. It's not a team. Founders who have not led sales before do not know what they don't know. It's not a criticism, and it's completely fixable. I didn't install a real leadership rhythm until year 13. By then I was not the one running it, and that's the point. It was never going to happen if I was going to have to run it. Element 6, what's the tech stack that we're wrapping around this beautiful team? It's a CRM that gets used. It's an email integration. It's some call recording tech. It's basic automation. It's a reporting layer for pipeline and forecast and activity. And it's an AI role-play coach. So open your CRM right now. Count the deals. Count the ones that are closed out. Count the ones that have been updated in the last 14 days. That's going to tell you whether you've really got a CRM or if you've just got a graveyard of cash. And if you haven't even got a CRM, that's the first thing to fix. Element 7 is the sales enablement rhythms. What are the motions that are in place to maximize the impact and effectiveness of the team? Sales enablement is about releasing all that talent and energy from the team. It's onboarding, it's playbooks, it's battle cards, training cadence, certifications, role plays, win and loss reviews, domain expertise codified, canonized in the hearts and minds of the whole team. Sales enablement, it's more of a habit. It's a habit that has to be installed. If your enablement plan fits on the back of a napkin, or if you've even not got one, then every seller you hire is going to fail for the same reason that the last one did. Sales enablement catches and fixes the issues as they happen. Element 8, this is the last one. It's strategy. What is the strategy? Who do you serve? What do they buy from you that they can't buy from anybody else? What's the no-brainer offer that your ICP, your ideal customer profile, will just be compelled to take? Where will the next chapter of growth come from? The strategy is upstream of every other element on this list. Get the strategy clear and the ideal client profile gets easier, demand generation gets easier, the methodology's got somewhere to point. Back to our two founders, the grinder. You built the business on relationship and force of will. This audit just told you which of those 8 elements is your weakest. That's your single biggest project. Don't hire anyone till you fix that. Now, the optimizer. You've hired sellers into a vacuum twice and the audit just showed you what was missing underneath them. The next hire works only after these elements are in place. Been the grinder and the optimizer. I ran the audit. I ran it once. I ran it honestly and I could not unrun it. I could see why every hire was going to fail. Or if they did succeed, it said nothing about the company and everything about them. The magic that they had would leave with them if they leave when they left. For me, it was more than an evolution, but it was less than a revolution. I just worked the steps with intention. I just put these building blocks in place, these elements in place. I built the leadership team, built a leader to lead the leaders. I established goals and priorities. I empowered the team to do what I could not do because I was just too close to it. I started believing in them more than they even believed in themselves. I stepped away from the low value work because everyone on a team can produce value. The question is everyone at their highest and best use of time? When the leadership team is in place, when the systems are built and everyone is operating at their highest and best use, that is when the waterfall of value shows up. So, one move this week, run the audit, 8 elements, 1 answer per element. And just remember the magic 3 rules. 1, don't give yourself a pass. Number 2, don't accept your own excuses. And number 3, imagine you were advising a friend with the same business. If you can do that, you will see your sales foundation the way an outside operator would see it, which, by the way, is the way a buyer would see it. It's the way a strategic partner would see it. And it's the way your next great hire will see it before they say goodbye or I'm staying. The honest audit is the price of admission to the rest of the work, the system, the team, the leadership, the eventual exit. The answer was always a better leader, a better me. Your sales system today is your valuation tomorrow. I promise you it is. The founder who builds the system exits rich, and the founder who stays in every deal exits tired. The question I want you to sit with, if you ran this 8-element audit honestly, with that friend rule, what's the first thing you would tell that friend to fix? Write that down. That thing is the first task in the first project of your next 90 days. I'll see you in the next one.